There is this tendency to associate death with evil in the modern Western societies. The entertainment industry falsely portray archaic Greek and Egyptian mythological deities of the death as sinister, which is considered otherwise by the ancient folks. Anubis, the Egyptian god of death, the deity of cemeteries, embalming, and protector of the graves, is illustrated as a human-like jackal or a dog by some. He has the head of a jackal with the muscular body of a human. He helped mummify the Egyptians and patronize and guide the lost and helpless souls. But there are mixed opinions on whether he was good or evil. During those times, the color black represented the fertile soil of the Nile that was needed to grow yearly crops. So the Egyptians believed that the color black symbolized good fortune and rebirth. Now, if black symbolized good fortune and rebirth, could Anubis really be evil? One of the most ancient gods who maintains the ritualistic cycle of life, death, and afterlife, is he a destroyer of life, or the one devouring the souls? Hi, and welcome back to our channel, where today we look into the story of the Egyptian god Anubis. If you enjoy watching such mythical content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. Now, let's begin. So, archaeologists believe that Anubis was inspired from actual jackals. The Egyptians attached weight to the belief that the soul, known as Ka, of a person remains immortal if prepared properly for the afterlife, as it cannot exist without an individual's body. Jackals dug up the bodies not buried deep enough and consumed the decomposing flesh. So, in order to exercise control over these canine scavengers and protect the bodies, the theory is that a canine god was evoked and made the patron deity of the jackals. The jackal god appeared on the stone inscriptions of the pharaohs of the first dynasty of Egypt in around 3150 BC to 2890 BC. It is thus considered that Anubis evoked during the pre-dynastic period in Egypt. This makes Anubis the most important god of death in the Old Kingdom. It is believed customarily that Anubis is the son of Ra, the sun god, and Hesat, the goddess in the form of cow, or Bastet, the cat-headed goddess. Now during the Middle Kingdom Osiris replaced Anubis. So, during Roman-era tomb paintings showed Anubis holding the hand of deceased to lead them to Osiris, and Anubis was considered his right hand. Because of this, it is also stated that Anubis was probably the illegitimate son of Osiris and Nephthys. It is a myth that Nephthys got Osiris drunk and seduced him by acting like Isis, the wife of Osiris. Further, Nephthys abandoned the child due to the fear of Seth, and he was adopted by Osiris's wife, Isis. Some say that just to keep Anubis in the loop, this myth was developed. It is said that he had a brother Wapawet who also had a head in canine for with gray, white fur, and historians assume that they were merged into one. Anubis has a history of how he became the patron god of embalmer and was associated with mummification. It is believed that Osiris was murdered by Seth because he conceived a child with his wife Nephthys, and Anubis helped Isis, wife of Osiris, to embalm his body, and was rewarded Osiris's organs, and then this god emerged in power. He fits into the title of the Protector of Tombs because of a folklore that says that Seth tried to consume and destroy the body of Osiris by transforming into a leopard. Anubis branded the skin of Seth with a hot iron rod and wore his leopard skin to set an example against the evil and the ones who disrespect the tomb of the deceased. It is also believed that this branding the skin of leopard is how leopard got the spots on their skin. Priests celebrated the victory of Anubis by wearing leopard skin. This portrays that the god of death is not evil, but the protector of the dead who outcasted and cleaned the society by illuminating the evil. It has also been taken into confidence that when the tomb of the Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun was unearthed, the Anubis statue, completely depicted in an animal form and attached to the roof of the shrine, was chalked up among the graved goods, crouched protectively at the entrance, justifying his role there. Anubis is said to possess supernatural powers to curse the people disturbing the dead. When the tomb of Tutankhamun was discovered, several people who entered the tomb died, springing up the talk about the curse of Tutankhamun. Anubis also guided the souls in the afterlife, and it is said that his wife Anput helped him, and his daughter Kebechet was deemed to serve cooling water and to the spirits, and thus refreshing and purifying their souls, while they were waiting for mummifications. Hermes, the ancient Greek mythological god, was known to chaperone the souls in the underworld, and Anubis, not being a trickster, was said to have emerged with Hermes to form a composite figure, Hermanubis, who had the head of a wild dog, body of a human, and carried the sacred staff of Hermes called Caduceus. This deity was popular when Romans ruled over Egypt. Another cardinal role that Anubis played, as recorded in the Book of the Dead, is to stand in the Hall of the Two Truths and weigh the hearts of people seeking judgment. The ostrich feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice, was balanced against the human heart. If the heart weighed more than the feather, it was considered unchaste, and the identification of that person was wiped out. His soul was perished and heart gnawed and digested by the hybrid goddess Ammit, devourer of the dead. If the heart equally counterbalanced the feather, the dead soul would pass through the underworld, followed by the afterlife. In fact, there is a chapel of Anubis in the temple of Hatshepsut at Deir el-Bahri that keeps alive the cult tradition of Anubis. He was the one of the deities who is very frequently mentioned in the ancient Egyptian art and later in the Greco-Egyptian art. The depictions of Anubis tending to the dead corpses in the Hall of Two Truths, with other gods in the afterlife, and the most popular one, that is kneeling with his dog head holding the golden scale used to weigh the hearts, can be viewed in museums all over the world. An Anubis statue can be found in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, in the British Museum in London, and a statue of Hermanubis in the Vatican Museums in Vatican City. And not much could be said about his downfall, as the traditional ones still stick to the rituals so that he would bless their soul and lead them to the afterlife. And with this, we come to an end for this video. What are your thoughts on the story of Anubis? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed watching the video, please do like, share, subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more of such mythological stories from around the world. You can also check out our channel to find detailed coverings on various Egyptian gods so you can better connect the dots of the story. We'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.